Connecting. Okay, now it says OBS reconnection successful. And now I have zero viewers. I had 5 before. That's unfortunate. Live unstable. Why does it do this? It doesn't happen every time. It's once in a while. It just arbitrarily decides to fail, and it's very troubling. And then it obnoxiously breaks the recording down to multiple recordings. And it makes me lose all my viewers that would have been were watching at the time. Okay, well, what can you do? I guess. Let's put the salt and the tube coral into this pot here, I guess. Click this thing to make the notification go away. Okay. Okay, so let's make a copper zinc battery, just so I can pull these things back and then recycle them immediately for the copper content and get 1 copper back. It's a bit silly. But more importantly, now this thing's made, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4 lithium. Okay, for a split second there I was afraid I wouldn't have enough lithium. You can have 3 ultra capacity oxygen tanks. Hooray. That should be enough for the Aurora visit. And I can get rid of this wavy fuzziness around the edges of the screen here. That'll be good. Before I can do that, I need to get some more quartz so I can make the glass tubes that I want. So okay, so need quartz. You can tell it to scan for quartz again. I'm thinking I might just go over there instead, because that's in the middle of the red grass biome, and there's usually tons of quartz in that area. So let's just do that. I don't really want to run the scanner room when it's nighttime. It'd be neat if I could, actually give it the chance to recover some power. Of course, looking for quartz during the night is also not the most fun thing, but what can you do? Okay, so there's some quartz. I think I only needed like 1 or 2 more. If I can get a bunch, all the better. Okay. Where'd you go? There you are. Get some salt while I'm at it? Why not? Don't mind if I do.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. I think that'll be enough. That'll be enough quartz for now. Yeah, I also need to do some fabrications. I guess I need to make 4 units of glass for the 2 glass tubes I need to make over by the Aurora. So that's another reason I don't want to drain the power out of the base with the scanner. So I'd like to get over there and do that now. So I'm like 2.5 hours into the stream now, and I'm well past the point. I'd really like to get on with the Aurora mission. How's that bioreactor doing? It's still struggling. How much power's in here? Oh, it's full power, cool. They can get 3 of the fabrications they want out of this then. Hmm. Five solar panels. 5 solar panels, really? You can't keep ahead of the battery charger requirements? Ugh. Well, maybe I can just do this in a few trips, I don't know. I'd rather do I'd rather at least get the the what do you call them? The glass tubes over there in one go. That'd be neat. It's ridiculous how power intensive it makes everything when with that radiation effect. Come on, just need to do one more fabrication. Can I? How is this one doing? This one's almost ready. There we go. I'm gonna have to make an extra trip regardless, because I also need to make myself a propulsion cannon, because I haven't made that yet, and I'm not gonna wait for another fabrication to be ready. I think. Okay, 4 pieces of glass. I'm gonna need 6 titanium. That's 2 each for each of the hatches. And then there's a solar panel. So I need that for the solar panel, and that for the solar panel, and then 2 more hatches, and that should do it, I think. 93%. You know what? That's good enough for me. That's good enough for this mission. More stuff will be charged by the time I get back. Alright, which way is the Aurora? That way? Okay. Alright, let's go. Current mission is go to the Aurora. Put a glass tube up on the land so that it doesn't require the solar panel. So I have a spot to reoxygenate at the Aurora itself. That doesn't require power. You're awfully close to the surface. Hey, king of the world! Get an extra piece of copper, why not? If I can get another piece of copper, even better. I have a bit of a silver, sure, it'll get put to use. Okay, let's not mess around too much here. I mean, I do have a second ultra capacity oxygen tank, so I'm not gonna suffocate doing this, but still. There are more barnacles there. I could really do with some more copper. On the way back, perhaps. Anyway, yeah, part of my mission here is to put a beacon next to the Aurora so that I know where it is at all times with respect to my position, so that I can... Yeah! Jerk. Okay. I'm alright. Glass tube. I mean, this one here doesn't have to be a glass tube. I suppose I could have just made this a regular old titanium tube.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Because I don't really need to be able to see out of this one. It's the other one that I need to be concerned about seeing out of. The one that I'm going to put over there. just used up a ton of quartz. Anyway, intent right now is to put a little glass tube close to the entrance so that I have somewhere to retreat to and, you know, act as my staging ground on the way out. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the beacon down. Watch your Reaper Leviathan come out of nowhere right now. Hatch on the side.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Put the
Welcome
hatch.
aboard, Captain.
I want the hatch on that side because I'm going to be heading from that direction when it's time to go. It'd be nice if I could name the beacon like while I'm holding it in here. It's a little silly that I can't. Like I would like to name it ahead of time before I put it down. Because once it's out there, you know, in this dangerous place, taking the time to name it is hazardous. Stake it? Why not? I mean, in Subnautica below zero, you at least have the game pauses when you're naming the beacon mercifully. I suspect it does so in the Live and Large update for this game too. Although that's not compatible with the Deathrun mod. So, friggin' stalker. Okay, I'm all right. Weird that it was able to bite me though. Like I was in motion at the time, you know, just like I've been in constant motion. And you know, generally staying in constant motion has been generally effective in stopping them from biting me. Oh well. Anyway, let me just quick reoxygenate and this in my little land tube. And let's put this beacon down. Caps lock was on. At some point while hammering keys, I turned the caps lock on. I am not fixing that. It's the Aurora! Apologies. I'm easily amused. It's probably a sign that I'm really tired. Which is in itself a sign that I probably need to stop playing the game, but anyway. So, yeah. Important setup has been done towards dealing with the Aurora, so that's good. Next step is head back home, get the okay, supply crate inside the. Watch it have a lithium cell or water. Okay. It would be slightly annoying if there was a lithium cell in there, and I was like, and I just used up 2 of my batteries to make up the lithium cell just for that mobile vehicle bay. Yeah, anyway. Okay. I'll take a peek down there. I'm not really expecting to find any blueprints I don't already have or otherwise I'm interested in. I'll scan for the nuclear waste disposal, I guess.
New blueprint acquired.
Thought I already had that one. But again, that was probably the previous game. I'm getting them, still getting them mixed up. Shall I check these guys out? See if they have, see if there's any copper or silver to be had. Aurora. I think I want to change the color of that one. Let's make it red. I need to be able to find that one fast to confirm. Like right now, I'm 400 meters away from the Aurora, so oxygen pumps don't work here. Brain coral still works though. Wahaha. There you go. Copper. Oh, right. Water. Come back. Okay. All right. Swap oxygen tanks. Slightly prematurely, but it's fine. We refill them both when I get back anyway. I'd rather do it when I'm in a relatively safe place, all things considered. Battery's working. There you go, 4 batteries charging. Excess lead can go in here, I guess. Let's get some water going. It's nighttime again. Is he in here with me? It's a little okay. Need to put a spotlight on top of the base so I can see the way out. I mean, I could do that. It's just the power demands are already kind of ridiculous on this thing. Okay, so everything... the scanner has no battery. Okay, what's needed for the propulsion cannon? Yeah, I've accessed the space rifle. Oh yeah. That in itself is extra reason to go for that blood oil. I mean, I'll get it after the Aurora mission. Hold on. Do I not have the propulsion cannon blueprint? Have I not even started the propulsion cannon blueprint? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm reliably informed you can just, like, parkour over those obstacles. Hmm. 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 I've never actually done it without the propulsion cannon before, to be honest. I don't know. I've struggled with doing it without the propulsion cannon. Can I just temporarily put... Oh, I can't. I actually can't temporarily put it in there. I mean, I can't fit it in there. Just throw it in there for a moment so I can get more of these things at a time. I mean, not having the propulsion cannon means that 4 more inventory space is available, I suppose. I mean, these are already pretty demanding of inventory space as it is. I don't even know where I would begin to look for the propulsion cannon fragments. I mean, again, because everything's randomized, I haven't seen a single one so far. The game that I was playing just before this, I got the propulsion cannon blueprint really early on, so I guess I forgot that I hadn't gotten to get here. Oops. Okay. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think. Like, can you get? Can you get out of that? It's a specific corridor. Like there are 2 specific locations where anytime I go in, I need the propulsion cannon. And like one is like the door is completely blocked, so you definitely need it for. And the other one, yeah, you can jump over it, but it's like, can you get back afterward? Like, I guess. I mean, I say I guess you can because people have done it, but I'm like I'm not sure how to go about it because I haven't done it myself. Like, I would feel a lot better about going in there with the propulsion can. I mean, I'm just having little nightmares that something's going to go wrong. I'm not going to be able to do it without I don't know. I'm going to leave the oxygen pump and pipe at home here because I'm not going to be able to. Not gonna be able to use them in there anyway. Should I bring another battery? I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna go use the washroom first because I wanted to be able to concentrate while I'm doing this. I'll be right back. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like the idea of just winging it on the Aurora mission just seems foolhardy because this is the single most dangerous mission, the single most dangerous thing I have to do in the game, basically. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna bring a fifth first aid kit just in case. um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if I did decide I wanted to make a point of getting the propulsion cannon blueprint first, like, it's like wondering, like, what the heck is that? Oh, it's the oxygen pump I left over top of like pod 3. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, you know what? Why don't I here? Let me clear chat out of there. If I clear that, I discovered if I clear that and then click this and then hit the refresh button, that properly clears it. I think. I hope. Does that work? Is this gonna give me trouble? Okay, chat just being opaque. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, just because chat's been inactive for a while. Plus, there was the weird issue with the It's not the... Where's the wreck that was too close to the Aurora that it was giving me trouble? It wouldn't be that one because that's 700 meters away. I mean, unless the field which affects pumps is much larger than I thought. Traveling by these things feels slightly unnerving. I feel like they're going to sting me or something, but the reefbacks are actually harmless, so no worries about that. I'm hesitating to use the Sea Glide because I'm going to need as much battery power as I can get when it... There'll be more batteries in there, but yeah, when it comes time to repair the drive core, it's very power intensive. I need power for the Sea Glide as well. Let's just save the batteries, basically. These are both still full. And there's the that noise there. Like at the start of the game, you associate it with the Aurora. Like I would just assume that's the noise that the Aurora makes. But that's actually that's the noise that the Crater's Edge makes.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
And you spend spend enough time by any of the other Crater's Edge areas that you start to realize that. It's part of how the it's actually kind of clever. It's a clever way that the dev team helps build up the illusion of how large the world is by having this acting as a barrier which for a good chunk of the beginning of the game stops you from going anywhere that would where you can see the borders of the game world. Because there's nothing on the other side of the Aurora. It's just blank expanse and then the void.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, alright. This may be where this run ends here, because this is incredibly dangerous.
The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within.
There's the Reaper Leviathan.
100 meters.
Should probably just stop trying to look at it and just get away from it. Get on the other side of this. Where's that entry point? He didn't follow me, did he? Okay. Maybe for once I'm okay. Wow, did I just go right into the correct place? Right off the bat? That's kind of neat. Whoop, pardon me. Okay. Sort of almost the right place. I think, shoot, where is the entry point I'm looking for? Is it over this way? Getting mixed up. Like that's in previous games, that's where I would want to go in because it's just easier to get in.
Warning, ship's structural integrity is low.
Extra battery,
Fire
excellent.
suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required.
Oh yeah,
Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
fire extinguisher would be good, wouldn't it? There'll be fire extinguishers in there. Maybe I should have brought a fire extinguisher along. Oh well.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
Did I just hear the Reaper Leviathan from up here? That's wild. He must have stuck his head out of the water or something. Can I just run around this fire here? Okay, so here's where I do some hardcore parkour, theoretically. Oh, come on.
Aurora
Theoretically, if I can jump on top of this. Are you serious?
download black box data.
Missing that jump was already ridiculous once. Missing it twice is like extra ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Now, the last time I did this, the last 2 times I did this, the code was 1454, so apparently that wasn't randomized.
To the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
Okay, so I turned off the frig. The Aurora as Chernobyl effect, so
PDA data.
the visuals aren't quite as drastic, it looks like. I thought that it was just gonna... The only reason for turning that off because I thought it was turning off the thought I was turning off that visual fuzziness in general. Whatever. Let's just get this done.
Warning, local radiation at maximum tolerable level. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Alright,
Blueprint
let's
acquired.
find those breaches.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Bleeder's leaving me alone this time. I just jinxed it, I shouldn't have said that.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Yeah, there's the Bleeder there. He's coming for me.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Okay, so far so good.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
More than halfway there. Get out of my way.
Containment breach.
We're gonna have to circle straight for repair now?
Breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
They seem to be arranged more conveniently than usual, and plus the fact that...
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
I mean, the fact that I can bloody see makes a difference too, I think. Where are the remaining breaches? Last oxygen tank. Okay, seriously? Where are the breaches? I need to find the... I need to find the remaining breaches or I'm dead. What's left? Let me know in the comments if you see any more breaches. Where are the little sparky sparks coming out? Here we go. There we go. Holy crap!
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Just as I'm coming up to the surface, I go, to celebrate the fact I can breathe again. Then another bleeder grabs me again. They're jerks. There we go. I can breathe. Hooray. Now the radiation will slowly dissipate, and everything will get a whole lot easier, theoretically.
New blueprint acquired.
Another battery? That's cool. Yeah, while I was in there, I picked up the Cyclops engine efficiency module, even though I'm never going to use it, and the Seamoth depth module, which I'm never going to use either. And scanning the Seamoth fragments, even though I'm not going to be able to use those.
Integrating new PDA data.
These are the guaranteed fragments. They're not randomized. You can still hear the Reaper Leviathan.
Integrating new PDA data.
I wonder if not having it set to quote-unquote Aurora's Chernobyl
Integrating new PDA data.
I wonder if the game, if this mod considers that reducing the inventory full. Seriously? Drink water, I guess. Oh wow. I mean, these things do take up a lot of inventory space. Might have to toss a battery. Or a first aid kit. I got tons of first aid kits back home. Batteries are harder to come by. It probably makes most sense to throw away the first aid kits. Yeah, I walked into the fire earlier because he just glides forward there, like through the water, and
Picking up
lithium
a
cell.
black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
That might. I mean, I've already past the point where it would be useful, but yeah, well. Here, pile of first aid kits. If I need one, they're there. Might as well put them all in the same place. Another lithium cell? Is there even really any likelihood that I'll be able to put it to use? Can I grab that? Okay, let's just put this fire out here. I scanned this? No, I have not. Oh, hey. Big Main, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello, did you get the Cyclops build? No, I'm short by one engine fragment of getting that blueprint.
New blueprint acquired.
I have a suspicion that it's going to require hatching enzymes to build the Cyclops anyway, because that's what was required to build the prawn suit in this no vehicles challenge. Fires are making me uncomfortable.
Integrating new PDA data.
Here, get another fire extinguisher and the single most important item in the game. You can't win without this item. How else will you know to keep calm? Okay, anything else worth scanning? So yeah, I mean, assuming this game follows the same pattern it's demonstrated so far, the Cyclops is going to require hatching enzymes, and therefore I won't be able to build it until right at the end of the game, which suits me fine. I mean, that's what I signed on for. It's the no vehicles challenge. Over here, yeah. Ooh, that's fire. That fire is rather damaging. Okay. Now we have a bad blueprint.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
Lots and lots of batteries around. I think I might actually toss one of these 0% batteries away, because I want to keep myself at 4 first aid kits for the trip back.
Integrating new PDA data.
Yeah, I could get the prawn poster, but I'm indifferent about the prawn posters. The kitty poster is the only one I'm really interested in because it's cute. And if I recall, is it 1869? Yeah, there you go. Gorge toy. I guess I wouldn't mind taking the gorge toy exactly. It's just
New blueprint acquired.
it's just that the kitty poster is the higher priority, and really I just want to survive. So I've been feeling like I need batteries.
Integrating new PDA data.
What's the code again? High security terminal captain scores 2679. Thank you, Mr. Ham and Cheese. There we go. Last required transmissions.
New PDA data.
Blueprints for Neptune escape rocket. Oh yeah. I think that's all I need from here. I don't know. Is there anything else think I should bring with me? Maybe I'll drop the fire extinguisher and take the Aurora miniature, because that's kind of neat too. Everything else, I think I'm more or less done with this place. Yeah, let's just go, I guess. I mean, there's more. Oh, actually, no. I do need to explore the rest of the way this way. Now that I think about it, because there is another important thing to be had here. I'm unaccustomed to entering the Aurora this direction. Black box data?
Integrating new PDA data.
I mean, I suppose I could carry more stuff if I drop one of my ultra capacity oxygen tanks. That's an option. I mean, there isn't really going to be a circumstance where I need more than 2. Like, I only had it here specifically for this mission. In fact, I think I'm going to do that.
PDA data.
What's this code again? Lab access 6483.
New blueprint acquired. Data bank corruption was detected on your PDA. Your technology blueprints have been updated.
So there, that's 9 more inventory slots.
Integrating new PDA data.
I can carry lots more stuff now. That oxygen tank looks small when it's on the floor there. Yeah, okay. I have a time limit for my food gives me a time limit here, so I have to be mindful of that. Maybe I will pick these first aid kits up again. Well, okay. Here, drop those there, just so that they're in a location I'll remember where they are. Let's pick up all the things that are to be picked up. Just pick up those batteries that I left behind, for one thing. That's the empty one. Water, sure. I'll drink it in a moment. Yes, there's nothing in here. This is just food and water. Okay. Some more water. There's a battery there. sorry, which way did it come from? All turned around now. Another battery. Another battery. So that's the way out. I'll get the gorge toy. It's kind of cute. And I'll get the Aurora miniature. I'll drink some water and then get the Aurora miniature. No requests from the audience about what other items I should bring with me? Alright then. I mean, as I expressed earlier, a good chunk of my audience vanished when my software my OBS software crashed. So, oh well. There are just fewer people to watch in the first place. It's a lot of batteries. Don't really need that many batteries. But like, you come from a point in the game where like batteries are so gosh darn hard to come by, and having, you know, decent power supply is just such a premium. Okay. Anything else of interest to be had here? Oh, there's a supply crate which has water, which I'm fine for water, I think. I sure hope I can, like, get back out this way. Oh, okay. That's not so bad. Propulsion can fragment. This is the one guaranteed propulsion can fragment on the floor there. I mean, if I have to leave batteries behind, I might as well leave the dead ones behind. Let's try to avoid stepping in the fire this time. Yeah, sometimes the fire gets reduced to this tiny little bit of sparkliness, which still damages you, but it's barely visible. So you have to be aware. You have to be careful. Those
Integrating new PDA data.
that fire's a wily one. Okay, drop the empty battery so I can pick up a full one. There we go. Okay, guess I'm ready to head back then. Jerk. Of course, I suppose I can throw the throw the fire extinguisher away and drink a bottle of water, and then I can take these batteries with me to recharge them. Got 5 first aid kits. I'm going to use one before I jump down there. Or jump down there. I should probably safely go the long way down there and not try to do something reckless. You jerks. You're all jerks. Shoot, which way's the path back? Okay. I've never had to go this way before, so it's throwing me. Just dodge past all these guys, which if I had the propulsion can, I could hurl them away, which is immensely satisfying. I highly recommend it, but yeah, no propulsion can, no such luck. Alright, have to jump. I saw him stick his head up there. Frickin' Leviathan. Okay. It says, can we get... You jackass! Oh, that pisses me off. That pisses me right the heck off so much. God damn it. It had to cycle through all the empty batteries because it prioritizes empty batteries. Whatever. Just get moving.
Calorie intake recommended.
That's not high on my list of concerns, PDA. Thank you, though. Would have preferred to do this during the day. Don't really have that luxury at the moment. And there's my glass tube. Whew.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Did you follow me? I'm okay. I'm alive. Okay. This is fine. Can't bloody see anything, but oh hey. Light pod 4. I haven't actually visited this, have I? Creature decoy?
New blueprint acquired.
Like, sure, might as well.
Integrating new PDA data.
Alright, food meter is crashing there, but I'm on my way back. Should be okay. Be able to grab some creep mines in no time. And once the radiation has faded away, it won't tax my the drains in the battery, as well as the drain on the amount of memory in my hard drive for all of the size of all the recordings. Okay, for a second there, the radiation warning went away. It is slowly dissipating. This on slowly. There we are. batteries into this thing. There are going to be a bunch of empty batteries in here. There we go. And then toss all the extras in here, I guess. There you go. Keep calm. Maybe, you know, put it over here so I can still see out the window. The rest of this junk, not going to be able to use those. I'll figure out to do those later. Okay, let's get some food right now. Well, the
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
yeah.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah, that was a major hurdle of this challenge complete there. Yeah, that was valuable to get done. This thing has finally drained itself of power, or drained itself of stuff that gives it power. Maybe I can. Just briefly, like maybe I can. I was considering collecting a whole bunch of purple gel, but since that's edible, I think it's still edible. I think it still gives me the same food and water benefit it does in the base game. Just confirm that. This one, I think that has the benefit that it, yeah, +5 food, +4 water. Has the benefit that doesn't go bad. Like these could be good for a snack in this game. Okay, I no longer have the radiation warning. I mean, this okay, still looks a little fuzzy. I mean, I think that's still gonna take some time to fade. Like it gets fuzzy when you're close to the radiation zone, and then you get the little actual radiation in brackets immune sign when you get right into the where the radiation affects you. Oh wait. These things all charged now? Hooray! Okay, is there any dead batteries left? Okay, that one's full, that one's full, that one's full. That's a 62%, 44%. Don't really expect to use all these batteries, so I don't know if there's any particular need to refill them all, but Doesn't really cost me anything significant to refill them, so. Anyway, yeah, why don't I build some stuff? First of all, okay, just pull a big pile of titanium out here. Oh yeah, I also want to let's rebuild my first aid kit collection. At least get myself up to 4 of them. Okay.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Excuse me. Okay, so, how far out is this thing sticking? Like, can I... Oh, Can I put a multi-purpose room underneath it? Ah, darn it. That foundation's in a crappy position. Why did I put it there? And I can't disassemble it anymore because this thing is on it. Well, that's... I really wanted to have... I wanted to have another multi-purpose room underneath it, because then I can... put the alien containment facility down there eventually, and then I can have a glass floor, and I think that's cool and nice aesthetic and stuff. Okay. Oh well. I can just put the room above it, I guess. It's not the same. Whatever. I want to have a room that has the, has a bed in it, so. Single bed, I guess. Don't put it too close to the ladder. I'll roll over in my sleep and fall down. Make some glass because I want some windows. Oh, have I reached the point where, yeah, it takes 15 power instead of 25. Excellent. More efficient fabrications, woo. Okay, so that helps me breathe easier about a lot of things now that the radiation is dealt with. I get the integrated air filter as long as I can get some polyaniline and synthetic fibers. Okay, so my next mission is to go down and get that blood oil and deep mushrooms that I need for those things. Yeah, okay, so let's have a water bottle standing by here. Oh, okay, I already had a couple standing by there. Right, okay. Window. That's an alright view. Cool. Do I have more quartz? That's the last of my quartz, darn it. Okay, I need to make a point of getting more quartz when I'm out there, I guess. Okay, I can toss these. Oh, I can't. Toss these in here for the moment. Okay, I'll second guessing and third guessing myself here. Okay, vending machine. Well, shoot, it takes 2 titanium. I thought it took 1. You know what? I think I'd rather have the vending machine in the lower floor anyway. Yeah, let's put it on the bed. Let's put the Aurora miniature up here. Yeah, let's see if we can get more centered. Almost. Overcompensated. Maybe that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I think I want to have it face the other way. There you go. That's alright. How's this thing doing? Keep feeding that stuff in there even though it's not really doing a whole lot. Vending machine, vending machine. Put it over here. Mixed chips, minus 25 food. Cause, you have to be wary about those mixed chips. Do I not? Okay, there it is, trash can. Let's put a trash can there, it takes 2 titanium. Strictly speaking, it probably would have made more sense to go get the blood oil and deep shrooms and then mess around with base building. Just throw that out. It's just that I don't know. After all that stress of doing the Aurora, I need something a little more relaxing after that. That said, yeah, it's probably time for me to go collect blood oil and deep shrooms, all that dangerous stuff. Okay, so these are, oh right, these are not full. But everything else is now full, not quite. Because I've just been using it. Okay, now these are all done and full and stuff. Bring a second water bottle with me. one more of these for the road. And yeah, let's head on out there. Properly name the beacon this time once I get there. Can we get Keen's beacon back on? That's good. Cool. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going pretty deep. I need the rebreather. Silly me. Let's go back for that. That's an important thing to take with me. I'm no longer getting the radiation warning, so I don't think it's fully dissipated yet, but I think it's about time I can use this. And let's bring the pipe and pump back. Holy crap! I would be troubling if I got out there and then suddenly realized that, oh yeah, I left those behind. Yeah, troubling, like fatally troubling, potentially. Would have been a mad scramble to figure out, okay, where's the nearest yeah, like where's the nearest source of oxygen, like nearest mini base or anything. I've got a fair number of mini bases around, but in a lot of cases not close enough together to be something I can count on. Anyway. It's refreshing to have, like my sea glide is still at 90% power. It would have been like, it would have been more than half gone by now when this place is irradiated. Makes a huge difference. Getting rid of the radiation. This is just another example of how this this mod like it really rewards you for accomplishing those goals. Here, let's grab a random fish to throw to the bioreactor. Even though I don't really need to. Wow, it is dark out here. It is so dark. I'm going at like top speed here, straight forward, and they're like, I'm not seeing anything. If I didn't know that this location is safe, this would be really daunting. I mean, I remember how daunting it was the first time playing.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
58 power, that's how much I got out of the last fish I tossed in here, which I think was also a spadefish. Cool. Alright. Let's go grab some stuff. Blood oil and deep shrooms are highest priority. I can grab some quartz while I'm here, even though quartz is sort of abundant. It's a relatively abundant resource back where I come from. I mean, it's just I'm just presently short of it, and there isn't a whole lot here that I have a real pressing need to collect at the moment.
New blueprint acquired.
That eventually.
New creature discovered.
Here we go.
New blueprint acquired.
Inventory full. Time to skedaddle. Whoa! Wow. That was interesting. That was warper projectile flying past me. I guess they do fire projectiles. Like projectiles that teleport whatever it hits. This is a pretty good place for this little base. Alright. Yeah. Let me grab this spinefish so I can toss it in here. It's a bit silly. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I came here for. I have to wait for the nitrogen hazard to fade away again. Do I need more copper? No, actually, wouldn't hurt. Yeah, copper, excellent. Yeah, so that whole round trip barely is using half of the battery for the Sea Glide. So refreshing. So refreshing to be able to just Sea Glide around without worry. Like after spending basically this whole game up to this point, just having to swim around in my own power. Okay, I need to figure out where I'm gonna go next. I mean, like next priorities are basically to, I want to get the integrated air filter chip, and I also want to get the what do you call it? The reinforced dive suit. Wow. Okay. Having word recall issues. I must be tired. I basically seem to be in a constant state of being tired, though. Like I wake up first thing in the morning, after 8 hours sleep, tired. That's just how it goes, I guess. Excuse me. Okay. Got some quartz. So that's cool. Got some uraninite. That's neat. Got the ghost weed seed, which will be necessary eventually. I have the blueprint for the repulsion cannon, but I can only build it if I have a propulsion cannon first, so it's a little awkward. It's actually kind of weird to have the repulsion blueprint before the propulsion one. That just never happens, basically. I need more of those things. Now I have an abundance of power because the lack of radiation means that this doesn't take much power anymore, and that this thing is allowed to actually accumulate power for once. So that's neat. Okay, alright. So, yeah. So waiting on the blood oil to grow. It's gonna take forever. So let's jumpstart that process and just go gather more blood oil. Quite frankly. Yeah, no kidding. That's what I'm gonna do now. After first making, keeping my first aid kit stockpile up. And I guess I'll keep the water stockpile up as well. Why not? Where are all these notifications? Ah, yes, the spinefish. 4 notifications here. Ah, yes, hydrochloric acid, benzene, synthetic fibers, polyaniline, and oh yeah, the creature decoy. Okay. Alright. Let's go get that blood oil. Okay, how much? There's enough space in my inventory for 3 blood oil and then 4 more inventory slots after that. So I can grab 3 deep shrooms, or you know, actually 4 deep shrooms. After that will allow me to get, combined with the 2 deep shrooms that I have there, will allow me to get 2 units of polyaniline. So yeah. That'll be good, I think. I mean, and then I can just let them grow at their own rate. Their own ridiculously slow rate. Okay. Is there a wreck over here? I have not explored this wreck. Is it worth checking out? Well, I mean, I still need the, why can't I use the laser cutter on the fighter? I'm gonna have to circle strafe laser cut as well. Okay, so these are mobile vehicle bay fragments. That's done with. Largely different about that. Let's cut our way through the second one. Having to cut through two of these, surely there's something amazing behind here, you know, the whole following full risk reward thing. Lightweight capacity, extra tank, I mean, sure.
New blueprint
Water.
acquired.
Water. Modification station, modification station. Okay, no propulsion cannon fragments. Kind of hoping there'd be propulsion cannon fragments in here. No such luck. Oh well. Swap oxygen tanks. Let's pop one of these first aid kits. Let's also drink one of these waters. Let's see what's through here. I think it's leads outside. Or not. Yep, mobile vehicle bay, modification station. Okay. Aurora, okay, Beacon 1, oh shoot, I still didn't rename it. Meant to. Yeah, like, the sooner I get that reinforced dive suit, the safer I am. So, like, if I can short circuit the process of waiting for the, waiting for it to grow, all the better. Like, let's just get that, the 3 blood oil that I need for the benzene, that I need for the synthetic fibers right now. Okay, so I want 3 of these. Here's 1, 2, 3. It's done. And deep shrooms, where are you, deep shrooms? Don't want you, Warper. Nobody wants you. You're gonna die alone. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said I want 4 of those, right? Should get more course while I'm here, why not? If I see some uranite, I'll grab it, but I don't want to linger here too long if I can help it. Like I don't have the reinforced dive suit yet, so it is relatively unsafe. I'll grab some lithium, I guess. lucked into getting a seriously nice position for this base, you know. Okay. Inventory's all full up. I trust no warpers follow me. Can I properly what should I even call that? What should I rename the beacon to? I'll take requests. I only have one viewer. It might be me. Oh well. I guess I have to come up with a name then. Excuse me. Here, I'll just call it the Keen Mini Base. There you go. I am unimaginative. I'm nothing if not unimaginative. Or something like that. Ah, crap. Just ran smack right into that wall there. Just waiting for that nitrogen hazard to dissipate. Drink some water and then I can grab some titanium, since clearly I had a real pressing need for that. Alright, sea glide again. Yeah, soon-ish I'm gonna want to put another, like, my own mini base down there. Yeah, that'll be good. In past games, I've put a base next to the giant skull, the one that's next to the force field that is opened by the orange tablet. That one there. There's a bit of randomness about whether or not there's a crab squid there. Like, some games I've seen a crab squid there, some of the games I have not. I sure hope there's no crab squid there this time, because non-violent challenge means I can't get rid of it, which means it'll likely harass me every time I pass by there. Anytime I come or go out of that base, which would be annoying. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's make some benzene, and if I can get some salt and some gold, I can also make some hydrochloric acid and polyaniline. Aside for the moment. I think that because the integrated ale filter requires synthetic fibers, doesn't it, or benzene? One of those two. Yeah, acid attack 5%, as I thought. Yeah, it'd be nice to get that now, but I do want to prioritize the reinforced dive suit. Oh, do I have 2 diamond? I have 1 diamond. Ah, heck. Ah, darn. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to postpone getting... I have to postpone getting that. So around that, I need a second diamond. I can get a second diamond if I disassemble the modification station. Get this thing out of here. Just sit on the bench, I guess. I think I'm going to do that. Because I want the reinforced dive suit ASAP. It just makes me safer. It dramatically increases my life expectancy, and yeah, let's just do that. I'll rebuild the modification station later. Fiber mesh and synthetic fibers. And what am I missing? It takes 2 titanium and I only have 1, huh? It wouldn't be funny if both of those were empty now. Reinforced dive suit, woo! Okay, reinforced dive suit, reinforced gloves. Safe diving depth now 800. Previously it was 500, which is important for going to that deep base that I wanna make. By the big skull and that yada 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 where I just said. So that's cool. Huh. Excuse me. I'm going to retire this radiation suit. It now serves no purpose possibly unless I make a nuclear reactor. And even then, I'm not sure if it's relevant. Like, the in-game description of the nuclear reactor says, make sure you have a radiation suit when you're exchanging the rods, but I'm not sure if that actually does anything. Like, I'm not sure if it like actually injures you or anything. If you change the radioactive rods without a radiation suit. I mean, it'd be kind of neat if it did. If there was there's a consequence to not abiding by those instructions. But I'm not sure there actually is. All this lead, what am I going to do with it? Let's just throw a bunch of these in one of these other lockers. Throw that in there for now, I guess. Alright. All these... Keep these batteries topped up. Okay, so... How much has this thing grown? The deep shrooms they're less than half there. And this is going to be even less probably. It's 16%. It's only 1/6 of the way there. Shall I make another trip down there to grab 3 more blood oil? I mean, what else am I going to do with my time? Having the integrated air filter would also make things a lot safer. I don't have to mess around with oxygen pumps, especially, and I can breathe safely in the vicinity of the Aurora. So yeah, it would make things considerably safer. So it's probably worth making a trip just for that purpose. Like, fine. Alright, I'll food it up. Should have a spare water bottle here. There we go. Keep this thing going. Just wanted to watch the start churning up the vegetable ladder there. Okay. Okay. Alright. Get more blood oil, I guess. Maybe, I mean, on the way there, I suppose I could start depositing stuff there for the upcoming base. Because I'm gonna have to do this in multiple trips. Yeah, I have to go down there in multiple trips. So why don't we make this the first trip? And then you know, pick up blood vines on the way back. All right. Okay. So first, need to pile titanium. Wow, like these things were both completely full to the point that I was turning them into ingots not too long ago. Okay, I need to make a point of scanning anything and everything I see. I mean, in terms of fragments, just collect all the titanium from now on, it seems. Anyway, right. So 4, 5, 6 for the multi-purpose room, 2 more for the hatch. 1, 2, 3 for the bioreactor. I'm gonna need some lubricant for the bioreactor. Let's just grab one of these things real quick. Yoink. And 2 silver for the wiring kit for the bioreactor. And if I get a glass tube at the entrance, that would be cool. Do I have the quartz for that? I do. And quartz for the hatch. Okay. So let me just make sure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the multipurpose room. 1, 2, 3 for the bioreactor. 2 for the hatch. Glass tube at the entrance. It's gonna be deep, so that might be And there might be an issue with it like falling apart, needing structural reinforcement. Maybe I can. Whatever. I'll wing it. If I can find 3 titanium and lithium, I can make. Oh, I know what I wanted to bring. Hold on. I also want to bring a beacon so I can mark the location. Yeah, like not being able to mark it would be troublesome. There we go. Just drink the water. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna start setting up my base there. It'll be my my deep base, not to be confused with my deep base, which will be coming up later. At some point I'm gonna want to set up a scanner room down there. Because I'm gonna need it to find like more advanced resources like nickel and crystalline sulfur. Although, since I'm not building vehicles, maybe I don't have as much need of those resources. We'll see. But yeah, current plan. Oh wow, we're 4 hours 20 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. I mean, there's no specific requirement that it keeps under 5 hours. I mean, the last one was just over 6 hours. I try not to go overboard with these. Besides, as I established, I'm tired, but then again, I'm constantly tired, so I don't know. Regardless, let's finish up this little mission that I've got going on here, and then wrap this thing up.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, I need to grab a random fish to throw into the bioreactor when it's ready, when it comes time. Can I do that now? Is there a random fish here? Or even a non-random fish? Is there a guaranteed fish? I don't think there's any such thing in this game, but you know. That's not true. There's a guaranteed whole fish when you go out the bottom of your pod the first time. That's probably the only guaranteed fish in the game. Anyway. Time to go find the one specific landmark that I always seek out when I play this, when it's time to go this deep. Basically, it's time to go down, 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 and I do okay, just double checking. I'm going quite deep here, so oh, look at all that ranite. Oh, I'd love to pick it up, but inventory is completely full at the present. Okay, 500 meters deep, still going deeper.
Local scans show a nearby opening, leading to a biome with extensive fossilized remains.
Here we are. Wow. Came out quicker than I thought. Quicker than I thought I would. Little happy little ghost ray there. And yeah, I'm not seeing oh, don't do this to me, come on. I need to build this. Ah, frig. Ah, heck. Ah, darn. Okay. Need to build this fast because I just heard an unhappy crab squid, which is incredibly dangerous, and I need to get on the, what? Snap to the right location. Holy crap! Why was that so hard?
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Bioreactor. And throw about to be very unhappy peeper into it. There you go.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
I heard a crab squid. I didn't see him. It'd be nice if he wasn't here to harass me when I do like things in this area. Okay, let's get this beacon put out here. Okay, so it's next to the skull, so I'm gonna call this my skull fortress. That'll do.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I believe I know there's some blueprints you get from scanning deep animals. I think if we scan with a ghost ray, or at least in a previous run of this, the Deathrun mod, I got an extra blueprint when I scanned the ghost ray. Yeah, there you go. Nano decompression module.
Blueprint acquired.
I can't do anything with the nano decompression module. I'm just kind of getting it for the novelty, really. Anyway, yeah, now that this is placed here, got lots of inventory space, and I'm going to fill it with 3 of it. Is going to, I mean, 12 of it really is going to be filled with 3 blood oil. On the way to making the integrated air filter chip. And then that leaves 6 inventory slots for other stuff. If I could find some nickel, cool. Uranite will do as well. I keep hearing that guy. It is slightly unnerving to be able to hear him but not see him. Like, is he actually in here with me? Do I dare take a look around? I'd rather know where he is. Looking around will also give me maybe a chance to find some nickel if there's any to be had. I heard him again. I think he's just spotted me. He spotted me. I didn't spot him. Yeah, I need to get that orange tablet so I can take a look in there too. Oh. It's convenient. Conveniently close to the surface, that's cool. I didn't see any nickel, did you? Just toss the spyfish in there as well. 34 500 power. Compost organic matter into energy. Okay, well, I guess it's time to head back. Pardon me, Mr. Anfield, just passing by, don't mind me. Did you get 4? That's supposed to be 3. I actually don't want 4 right now, thanks. I was hoping to use those other inventory slots for uranite if possible, or nickel, or... I mean, I wouldn't mind rubies, but I've got a bunch of them already. Oh, heck. Where did I see that? Like, I saw, like, 3 uranite thingies close together on the way in here. Here's one. Ah! Okay, that did not do much damage. Could be the reinforced dive suit that protected her. I would expect the Ampeel to do more damage than that. I wonder if that was the blighter that bit me. Or something. I don't know. Like, it did such a small, such an imperceptibly small amount of damage that I didn't disturb my hit point meter. Yeah, lithium, sure. There's table coral here. I can't specifically say I was aware that there was table coral in this area. Quartz, I guess. Inventory full? Okay. Oops. Let's not completely lose track of where I'm going. Here we are.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I still had another 180 seconds of oxygen, so it's not like I was worried about that or anything. 96 health. I'd feel dumb using a first aid kit to heal that up. Even though first aid kits are abundant. Alright, it's at home. Shale outcropping there. Whatever, I'm just gonna go. I probably should have just thrown away the quartz to grab that, or used a first aid kit for that matter. Whatever. There'll be more opportunities to get diamond. 4% power left in the sea glide. That was a lot of sea gliding. But yeah, got the blood oil which I need for the benzene, which I then in turn need for boink boink the synthetic fibers. It is synthetic fibers needed for this thing, right? Integrated air filter. Yeah, synthetic fibers, polyanion, computer chip, compass, right. So I've got. Actually, I have a computer chip just ready standing by here. That's the one that I took out of the modification station when I disassembled it. Pop the compass out. Here we go. Integrated air filter. Comes with a free compass. Which, I mean, it's... I get that they wanted it to fit in the same slot that the compass goes in. And it's nice that they decided not to you know, not to take your compass away in order to use it. So, you know, thankful for that. It's just a funny phrase. Comes with every compass, anyway. Okay, so these are all habitat builder could do with some more power. Yeah, and I don't need the pump and pipe anymore now that I have the integrated air filter. And now let's go take my first breath. Oh wow! Like the I don't have to wait for the nitrogen warning to dissipate because that gets totally eliminated thanks to the integrated air filter. Ta-da! I can breathe. Yeah, still can't build anything with this. Oh yeah, the Neptune. Okay, Neptune's launch platform. Okay, I can build something with this. I stand corrected. Maybe I should build it just to get rid of some of that lead. Nifty. Alright. Hey, this game's in pretty good shape. I mean, that, like, dealing with the Aurora, that was been the bugbear that's been plaguing me for a while. Not to mix metaphors or anything. But yeah, it's been troubling me. Like, all the attempts I made trying to deal with that, like that air filter problem. I mean, the air pump not working, sending the Aurora, needing the extensive oxygen supply. That's just such a pain. It's okay. I mean, it's a good paid. It's the challenge that I signed up for. So, you know, no complaints. It's whatever. It's part of the it's part of the thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't I? Oh. I was going to say, I have the blueprint for the stasis rifle, which I believe requires uranite, which I have now. Yeah, 2 uranite. Huh, oh, it needs benzene. And 4 magnetite. With my new reinforced dive suit, I feel a bit safer about going into the Jelly Shrimp Cave. A bit. worth going down there anyway to check out the Daisy habitat. There are going to be assorted fragments to scan down there, possibly propulsion can fragments. Really, I need to visit all the wrecks because everything is scattered everywhere. I don't know what to expect anywhere, quite frankly. It might be worth going to the Skull Fortress. It might be worth going to the where is it? Not that one. That one there. Life Pod 12, Central Ocean Bed. There's a wreck near that, which could be good. Not to mention the excuse me, the sorry, I'm just thinking ahead. Yeah, the bulb bushes have good food and water content, so they're worth collecting that are in that area. Yeah, and the wreck. They're potentially more fragments. Maybe the propulsion can. If I can get the repulsion can, that would be cool. Although stasis rifle will probably take its place anyway. So maybe I should prioritize getting magnetite. Yeah, the next session, I think I'm going to go down to the Jelly Shroom Cave, collect the magnetite. Okay, save and exit. Yeah, collect the magnetite, make a stasis rifle. Stasis rifle is a game changer in itself. It's just so useful to be able to freeze monsters in their tracks, so to speak. I can't kill them because of the non-violent challenge, but if I can freeze them, then I can at least, at least it'll help me avoid them. So yeah, that also generally just greatly increases my ability to survive. The repulsion can would help with that too, but yeah, I don't have the blueprint for it, and I'm not sure where to find the fragments for it. So, oh well. Stasis rifle's probably better anyway. The repulsion can does have some uses that the stasis rifle doesn't fill, but overall, I think I'd rather have the stasis rifle. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I think top priority in the next session is going to be to get the stasis rifle, and then once I've done that, opens up a lot of opportunities. I would feel a lot safer, in my home base if I could. If I could, if I could have an alien containment facility, and because the floor of that has excuse me, the floor of the alien containment facility has a grow bed. You can grow underwater plants, and those will be a good, safe source of food. I mean, I guess arguably the vending machine snacks are good source of food, but they make you thirsty. So I'd rather have the thing. Anyway, yeah, if I get the bulb bushes in there, those have high water content, so basically do away with water bottles for a while. So that could be good. I don't know. I've got lots of options. Dealing with the Aurora just opens up a lot of things for me. So that was a major hurdle. It's like, as I said, it's like probably the single most dangerous thing I have to do in the game. Followed by dodging a sea dragon on the way to the containment facility at the 1,400 meter depth mark. Oh wow, tired. Sleepy. Let's see who's worth raiding. Probably just gonna raid random Subnautica player. You know, someone with only a few viewers. I don't know. Let's see who's on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking through my list of people following, and yeah, this is Subnautica. Search Subnautica tag. That does not look like Subnautica. That does not look like Subnautica. Some people have mistagged their videos. Ooh, someone's dealing with the Aurora. That's neat. Hey, it's me. Yeah, like I said, just sort of generally prefer, you know, someone whose stream is in English, and someone, you know, maybe someone has a webcam. Okay. Someone says, I haven't played this in forever, so somebody who's,
I've got a bunch of medium.
okay. Spidey Librarian. Looks like he's close to the beginning of the game. He hasn't even fixed his pod yet. Alright, let's give him a raid. Alright, made my choice. Oh dear, I'm down to one viewer. If only, yeah, if only the software hadn't crashed partway through. Oh well, what can you do? I don't, it'd be nice if there was something I could do to stop it, because that's annoying. I don't know what the pattern is. It just, my software randomly cuts out and then boots all my viewers out when it does it. It's troubling. Oh well. Whatever. In any case, game's in good shape. Looking forward to the next stream. That's all for now. Until next time.